You pick it up before your eyes are fully open, before you've said a word, before you've had water. Your hand just moved. And if someone asked you to leave your phone in another room for a full day, something in you would resist. Not mildly, something deeper would push back. That's not a personality flaw. That's your brain doing exactly what it was built to do. It starts with a rat. In 1954, neuroscientist James Olds accidentally placed an electrode in the wrong region of a rat's brain. When the rat received a small pulse to that area, it didn't flinch. It came back, over and over. Olds followed up with a lever experiment. Rats could press a lever to stimulate that same brain region. They pressed it up to 700 times per hour. They ignored food. They ignored water. They ignored everything. He had accidentally discovered the brain's dopamine reward circuit. And dopamine, you've been told, is the pleasure chemical. But that's not quite right. Researcher Kent Berridge at the University of Michigan found that dopamine is not the chemical of pleasure. It is the chemical of wanting. You can want something desperately and feel nothing when you get it. You can feel compelled towards something that never satisfies you. Sound familiar? Your phone runs on that exact system. Every notification is a potential reward. Every scroll is a spin of an invisible slot machine. Your brain cannot ignore it because it was never designed to. Go back 200,000 years. Your ancestors lived in tight groups of around 150 people. Survival depended on staying connected. Missing a social signal could mean exile. And exile in the ancient world was a death sentence. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar has argued that your brain grew large not to solve math problems, but to track relationships, to model what other people were thinking, feeling, and planning. Your brain is a social prediction machine, and every notification is a social signal. Something happened in your group. Someone responded. Someone reacted. Your ancient brain cannot not pay attention. The phone didn't create this vulnerability. It just found it and scaled it to infinity. And the people who built these systems knew exactly what they were doing. B.F. Skinner demonstrated in the 1950s that unpredictable rewards produce frantic, nearly unstoppable behavior. Not consistent rewards, unpredictable ones. Sometimes the lever pays out, sometimes it doesn't. You never know until you look. This is called a variable ratio reinforcement schedule. It is the same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. It is also exactly how your feed works. You scroll. Sometimes something moves you, sometimes nothing. You don't know which until you check, so you keep checking. And your brain, built to track 150 people, is now trying to monitor 400 contacts, 3 group chats, and a comment section full of strangers, all in real time, all flagged as urgent. No wonder you feel drained without knowing why. Psychologist Wendy Wood at the University of Southern California found that roughly 43% of what humans do daily isn't decision-making. It's habit, automatic loops that bypass conscious thought entirely. Your phone checking is almost certainly in that 43%. You are not deciding to pick it up. The loop is just running. Loops can be interrupted, not through willpower, through friction. Leave the phone in another room. Insert a pause long enough for the reasoning part of your brain to catch up and ask, do I actually want to do this right now? Most of the time, the answer will surprise you. James Olds never could have imagined, studying a rat pressing a lever in 1954, that 70 years later, 3 billion people would be carrying a small lever in their pocket, pressing it hundreds of times a day. Chasing a reward the machine is specifically designed to never fully deliver. Tonight, when you reach for your phone without thinking, that's not weakness. That's 100,000 years of social survival running on hardware that was never meant to handle this. This morning, before your eyes were fully open, you were doing the most human thing possible. You were looking for your group.